Space, for kids who really love space. The solar system. The solar system is where we call home. The sun is in the middle of the solar system, and everything else orbits around it. There are a total of 8 planets, some with their own moons, as well as 5 dwarf planets, including Pluto. The Earth is the 3rd planet closest to the sun, with Neptune being the furthest. Can any of you guys point out Earth? Do you guys know where Earth is?
I'm not going to point it out because I already know where Earth is.
Point it out. Come.
On top of Mars.
It's not on top of Mars.
Good job. Thank you. And does anybody know where the sun is? Good job. Mercury. Smaller than some moons in the solar system, Mercury is the planet closest to the sun. It looks very similar to the surface of our moon and is covered in craters made when huge asteroids crashed into the surface. Mercury is so dense it has a large core made of pure molten iron. Mercury. Venus. It was once thought that Venus was similar to Earth and that life might even exist there, but we were very wrong. In fact, it is the most unfriendly planet in the solar system. Its surface temperature is so hot it could melt lead. Its air is mainly composed of carbon dioxide, and there are layers of poisonous sulfuric acid and clouds in its atmosphere. What does Venus look like to you guys?
Fireball.
A big fireball. You're correct. That's why they said we can't live there. Earth. Earth is the only known planet in our solar system with life. We all call Earth the blue planet because of the oceans that cover most of the surface. The Earth takes 24 hours to rotate on its axis, giving us day and night and 365 days to orbit the sun, giving us changes in seasons. Earth, this is where we live, guys. Woohoo! Mars. Mars is known as the red planet. It is the planet that is most like Earth. Although, as it is further from the sun, it is very cold. Scientists have discovered ice beneath its surface. This may mean that life once existed there. One day we hope humans will set foot on it. Is there anything familiar about Mars?
Got ice underneath there, which means water once ran there. I don't know what she said.
Good job.
It looked like Earth.
Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. It is so big that it is 2.5 times the size of all the other planets combined. It is made mainly from gas and is known as one of the 4 gas giants, along with Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Wow, do you guys see how big Jupiter is? It's huge.
Mommy, does a full moon light?
Excuse me?
When is it going to be full moon?
Sir, that has nothing to do with the book.
It's okay, you can ask questions. Saturn is the second largest planet in the solar system. It has 9 beautiful rings that can be seen with a telescope. Its rings are made up of ice, rock, and dust. Saturn spins very fast on its axis. A day on Saturn lasts only 10 hours. Wow, that's really short. Do you guys remember how many hours we have in one day in Earth?
24.
Okay. Good job. 24 hours in Earth. So if Saturn has only 10 hours, how long do you think it takes for them to have a day like ours?
10.
24
hours.
2.5, right?
Good job, Miss Grace.
Mommy, although ones that have colors, those are facts.
Actually, those are keywords. Thank you for pointing that out. That's a good job. Thank you. Uranus is so far away that if you were traveling there from the sun and you made it to Saturn, you'd only be halfway there. It is very, very cold place with temperatures reaching as low as negative 371 degrees Fahrenheit above its cloud layer. Little is known about this distant blue planet, and what lies beneath its clouds remains a mystery.
Right.
Wow, that's because it's so far away, so we didn't get a chance to learn as much as we should.
Yes.
Neptune, the furthest planet out from the sun. Neptune is a cold, icy giant. It is very bright blue due to methane gas with a water layer that leads down to a solid core the size of Earth. It takes 165 years to orbit the sun, meaning that its winter lasts for 40 years.
Wow.
40-year winters.
That sucks.
We only have winter for how many months? Does anybody know?
5. Yeah.
Good guess. What do you think?
Like
6.
Good guess. We have 4 months in
I was gonna
winter.
say 4, but you know, lately it's been good.
We have 4 seasons in 1 year.
Neptune.
People who watch the skies are called astronomers. They use telescopes to study the sky and look at the planets, stars and galaxies, and cosmic events like supernovas. People have been looking at the stars for thousands of years. It is impossible to imagine how many stars there are in the universe.
Can that really happen?
Yes.
No.
What?
You know what that is?
Yes?
What is it?
It looks a pot.
No, this is called the Big Dipper constellation.
Which one?
Right here. This is just a set of stars. You see the Big Dip?
It's always there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Anytime you look.
But you know,
This is what he asked about.
over here in America, it's very difficult to see, like, at night.
Yeah.
Like, my country, and at night, you could see a whole lot of stars. It looks so beautiful. But over here in America,
When you go down south, you can see a lot of
Yeah.
Stars. It's just New York
Well, we went to
City.
camp.
Yeah, New York City, you can't really see.
you see 1 or 2. No.
Yeah.
That's the planes.
The sun. The sun is the star of the middle of the solar system that gives us heat and light for life on Earth. It is a giant burning ball of hydrogen and helium gas with a surface temperature of 9,932 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really hot. Oh my God, that's really hot. The sun is so big, its diameter is 109 times that of the Earth. It's huge.
Yeah.
And you might burn even if you're something that protects you.
No, it's not you might burn. You will burn.
That's
It's
what I just now
extremely
said.
hot. Yes. You're correct, dear. Space rocks. The crater is 558 feet deep. You can see.
It doesn't even look that deep.
Create a green key.
Yeah.
Because the picture.
Where's that? There's no space on here.
No, that's the crater.
Is it in New York City?
Oh, it
This
crashed
is
to Earth.
yeah, it crashed into Earth in Arizona, USA.
What crashed into Earth?
A meteorite.
Yes.
How big is that hole?
558 feet deep.
It doesn't even
Wow.
look that
And the
deep.
meteorite crashed on Earth 50,000 years ago, and that hole still exists.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't get deeper.
15,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh.
Yep.
It doesn't even look that deep.
It's really deep.
It's here to
And
me.
that's still open like that?
Mm-hmm.
It's the roof to
Yeah.
the floor.
Deeper, boy.
It's the whole house?
It's much deeper.
It's the
It's
whole house turned to
probably-
ground?
The Twin Towers.
Much deeper than that. 550 deep, 558 feet deep would probably be like 30 Twin Tower buildings. Because you gotta think, that, no, I would say like 5 or 6. Because if it was 100 and something stories high, that's about a foot each. So
Say what?
it's probably about 5.
I don't want to live in a house that's that big.
Yeah, that's too big.
And it's,
We'll lose each other.
and it's scary
Yeah, it is.
to live on the top of a building. I'm gonna go into space.
Space shuttles. I would love to go into space. Why do you want to go in space?
I wish we could get a private jet.
A private jet? I don't think a private jet would get you there.
I know, I just want a private jet for us.
Okay, so why do you want to go into space?
I don't.
Now you don't? Would any of you like to go into space?
Oh, you know what
I've always
happened?
wanted to go into space.
So,
Mommy, wait.
what takes us into space is something called space shuttles.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
Cause that I moved, I don't want to go into space.
Because of what movie?
What's it called again?
Gravity.
Gravity. I never want to go into space. That's why.
What happened in Gravity that doesn't make you want to go? That's a 1 in a million chance, so it might not happen again.
And I remember that guy hit his face. And
Mhm.
all right here was off.
Space shuttle. The space shuttle was the world's first reusable spacecraft that carried large satellites to and from orbit around the Earth. It zoomed into space like a rocket, sat in Earth's orbit like a spacecraft, and then landed back on Earth like an airplane, transporting crew and equipment up to space stations such as ISS.
What's ISS?
It doesn't say. I will actually.
It should be the equipment that they use to fix whatever they fix up there.
I will actually look at it. Yeah, I believe it's one of the space stations, but I'll have to look that up for you. Space tourism. How about a trip into space for your next vacation? It's very possible with companies like Virgin Galactic developing new spacecraft to do so. Scientists hope that one day we might be able to use the same spacecraft to travel across the world in just 3 hours.
I do not want to go in space and drive my own because you might crash.
No, you will not crash. That's a 1 in a million possibility. This is a
Or
timeline
shipwreck.
of that astronomers created to give just a background about space and all the things that they've looked up, starting from 1608 all the way up until 2011. This just gives you a time of how things have changed.
Right. You wouldn't even think people was thinking about astronomy back
You
then.
gotta remember, they used to think it was flat. They used to think the world was flat. The end.
Oh, thank you. Now can you fix this?